guys, welcome back to another episode of our Oscars breakdown mini episodes, bite-sized, whatever.
Don't sound too excited. Keep. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for a really jam-packed episode. And today we're going to be talking about Creaming the Supreme. We're talking about Marty Supreme, guys.
Yes. The 2025 Josh Safdie film.
Yeah. Which, up until fairly recently, I reckon within the last month or so, I mean, maybe that's just because before we saw it, but it was, I mean, everyone was calling it Oscar bait, and everyone was it was looking very, very certain that Timothee Chalamet was going to be bringing home an Oscar. I mean, even we thought that until fairly recently. But it's been all over the headlines for ever, with a crazy promo journey that's been going on for 10 million years and giving every celebrity that stupid Marty Supreme jacket, including some of the lionesses.
I think it definitely had the best marketing campaign out of the Oscars, Oscar nominated films, and therefore has been the biggest in the public eye. And therefore, we have a lot to say. It's caused such a big stir, publicly. Yeah,
I love a stir.
As you can see, we've got... I've got two notebooks and my phone full of notes.
Rachel's got an empty notebook and one sentence.
That's okay. Because I don't even...
Yeah, but that's how we normally do it, to be fair.
I don't even want to... I'm going to say, I feel like even if no one watches this video...
Excuse me... We see you.
We see
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But even if no one watched it, I don't want to add to discourse, because this Oscars award season has been so long, and this Marty Supreme campaign has been so long, that I feel like everything that has to be said about this awards campaign has been said.
It doesn't matter. I want to give my 2 cents.
But there's just so much shit with it that there's a lot to say, basically, adding fuel to the fire. And
yeah, of course.
It's quite late at night, as you can see, we're back to our old lighting setup.
Also, by late at night, it's 7:30.
No, but it's dark.
It's
so we're back to
guys.
our old lighting setup, but this
we're
is temporary.
We're sorry, but I feel like it looks better
for bite size.
because Santa got us a new camera. So
yes, this is true.
I think I'm praying that it's going to be looking better.
Yeah. To our audio listeners out there.
To our audio listeners.
So
you picked the right one.
So,
hiya, Creep.
Thoughts on Marty Supreme?
Creaming the cream and Marty Supreme.
So basically, if you don't know, shall we do a little plot summary?
It's about ping pong, guys.
It's about ping pong.
But it's not. You know what's interesting is I had 20 minutes to collect my thoughts on this, and should I get up my notes?
Go on then, Rachel.
You will actually
get up my notes. So it's a film about Marty Mouser, who is an underdog. Is it the 1960s?
Sure.
New York, and he basically wants to become the greatest ping pong player in the world. And so it's his journey going through his community and trying to achieve that, and then him playing the ping pong tournament in Japan.
Yeah. But I think what's interesting in this film is that I just felt like everything was so... I can't think of the word. But I just thought... Because obviously we went into it being well, this is obviously it's Oscar nominated, it's one of the biggest films of the year, obviously it's got Timothee Chalamet in it, and it's we like him as an actor.
Because of this campaign, this campaign was so huge,
everywhere.
That it's a big hype behind it.
Yeah, and I thought that the advertising campaigns were so cool, the idea of the orange ping pong ball and the jackets and everything, and it was a big deal. So we were going into it ready for I had no idea what we were getting ourselves in for, but also obviously we did have expectations, and it did not meet those expectations on so many levels. I thought the score was really good, but I just thought from a writing point of view, I thought it was kind of weak. Genuinely, I felt
lackluster.
There was no growth in the character at all. That we didn't understand anything about him. How did he come to play ping pong? What is his journey exactly? And also, there was never, usually in these sports movies about sport, it's very rarely actually about the sport, and it's usually about the person and the journey and the growth or whatever. But I felt like we did not get that from Marty at all. There was no, we don't know why ping pong means so much to him. He doesn't really care about the sport. All he cares about is working his way to the top. And the narrative is so weird and disjointed and all over the place. And he goes through all of this stuff, and then He just is a horrible person. He doesn't even play in the freaking championships, and then he just comes home to the woman he abandoned, like with her newborn kid, and just holds the kid, and then it's end credits, and it's like, what? Because to me, it kind of felt like rewarding bad behavior. Like, it's saying like, oh, like you can like treat people horribly and then just walk back into their lives after, you know what I mean? Like, to me, it was just, I don't know. I just thought there was no subtext. There was nothing going on. Like, there was nothing else going on other than exactly what you're watching on screen. And as it was a really long film, I thought that was really weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I felt like there was nothing deeper going on. I mean, I can still appreciate.
Okay, let me start with the positives about this film.
Yeah.
So, I think the production design is amazing.
Yeah.
I thought the camera work was great. It was very gripping. The pacing was really good. I thought that the cast was amazing. Like, Josh Safdie talks about how because Timothee Chalamet has become such a big spectacle around this film, and this film is basically his Oscars campaign. Like, a lot of the behind the scenes is just talking about Timothee Chalamet. A lot of interviews with Timothee Chalamet saying like, oh, this is why I wanted to do this. Like I said, I learned ping pong for years and blah, blah, blah. I wasn't interested in anything he had to say because I am interested in the film, not him, okay? I don't want to hear his Oscar campaign because I don't think he's going to win it. So, I wanted to go...
Especially after recent events.
Yes. So, I wanted to go straight to Josh Safdie, who's the director of the film, because this is also his first film directing on his own. So, he directs...
Interesting,
He directed with his brother, and he did
yeah.
Uncut Gems, Good Times, and stuff. But, like, amazing film.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to go straight to him. He was saying that he worked very closely with the cast, and saying... His producer kept telling him, basically, you can't give any more, like... You can't let the additional cast improvise anymore because if like they have a line, we have to pay them more or like just like SAG rules. They're like, you're gonna break some like SAG rules if you let some more cast members speak. And Josh was like, well, no, they have to speak because like this cast is so alive, and Josh Safdie does a really good job. This the whole cast feels so alive to the extras in the back of the seat.
Yeah.
He's saying that, like, in the pet store, there was 87 live pets or something in that store. Like, on the streets,
87?
he wanted... Yeah. In the streets, he wanted real garbage, but they couldn't do that, so they, like, wet the garbage. And this film looks very alive, and the cast is very alive, and the sets are very alive, and he does a really good job at doing that. And he was... The camera operator is called Colin Anderson, and... Josh Safdie calls him a human dolly, and he's worked on, like, One Battle After Another, and he worked on Star Wars Force Awakens, There Will Be Blood, Licorice Pizza, like, great movies, and he adds a lot, so Josh Safdie attributes a lot of the camera work to Colin Anderson and things like that. So, this film is very good, like, it's very technically good,
that's what
it feels very alive.
I feel like is a good, obviously I can appreciate, like, a technically good film when I see one. I feel like in all of the things you just said, all on those levels, I'm gonna go really deep now, it was like really, really good. But I kind of felt like on a human level, it just, I just didn't feel, well, we watched it together and we didn't, at the end of it, we were like, I felt like we didn't feel much. Like it was such an emotional roller coaster. It was like, the events were so, like, machine gun, and like it was so like crazy and all this stuff was going on, and then it suddenly was over and I was like,
yeah,
okay, like
right,
that was Marty Supreme. We did just watch Timothee
We
Chalamet
watched
play
a
ping
movie.
pong. We watched a
And it
movie
was
with
good.
ping pong in it, and the camera work was nice, the production was nice, the score was nice.
You can even do a biopic which is about a bad person and which is about something boring. Let's say, a 2010 film based on Facebook and around a horrible person creating this horrible thing which incites wars, okay? And so you can make a movie like that, and I can take away many, many emotions on friendships, relationships, being young in an industry, okay?
Even just like story, like
if it's written well by, say, Aaron Sorkin, then these things come across, and it feels like Mark Zuckerberg's chasing a dream in that film, much like Marty Mouser, and like he gets that dream, but he doesn't get Eduardo. And I don't know, I felt 10 times more emotion from that film than I did from this, and
yeah, I feel like what it is we're not saying that we didn't like it because obviously Marty's a bad person, because
you can have a bad person as a protagonist.
Like sometimes it's kind of nice to have like an anti-hero being like the whatever, like the protagonist or whatever. Like that can be done really well, and that's like a cool thing to do. But it just wasn't it. That's not what it was. It just wasn't good and like emotionally connecting with the audience. I don't know. Like we're not saying that like there is no like I don't know. There's a lot of discourse being like, well, I don't know. Like you don't have to. We're not asking for obviously like a perfect protagonist, obviously, because like when has that ever been a thing? But it's like you have to learn and like change a bit. But I don't think Marty learned anything or changed at all.
So basically, one of the things I listened to the DGA, the Directors Guild of America podcast. So Ben Affleck interviews Josh Safdie in this episode, and Josh Safdie talks a lot about dreams. The whole crux of the film is that, you know, Marty has this dream. It's about fulfilling dreams, okay? And the way they talk about dreams and dreaming as a human is so baffling to me. Because Marty Supreme is not about being how human is a dream and how ambition is a drive and key to life, as Safdie and Ben Affleck seem to suggest. They were like, wow, it's about achieving the dream and getting the dream, and Safdie compares it to how when he was making Uncut Gems, he was making it for so long and chasing the dream that, like, when he'd finished it and someone asked him, like, what's next, that he just burst out crying because the dream's never finished and it's never over. And you're never achieving a thing. And that was not Marty Supreme to me. It just felt like I wrote a voice memo to myself in Lidl because I was on the go, and it was so. I was like, the way Ben Affleck and Josh Safdie talk about this movie is so disconnected from my experience. They talk about how being alive is a dream, and how Ben Affleck finished the film and was calling it a masterpiece, and sometimes you've got to, at the behest of your loved ones and the people around you, you have to put your dreams like in front of yourself, because that's ultimately being alive, is to create and to dream, okay? And I think that's such a male perspective on this film, because it's like the women and Rachel, not this Rachel in the film. Marty's like,
is that the Rachel from the film?
Yeah.
You spelt it like me though. Oh, that's so sweet.
But like, so Rachel in the film, not you, is
the one in the movie, not the one that's Rachel.
She's like an abused woman,
actually
trapped in this marriage, and stuck and impregnated with Marty's child that he doesn't claim until he gets his dream. The women in this film, and the same as Marty's mother, who he like verbally accosts multiple times. She's barely a character, apart from Gwyneth Paltrow, who's achieved her dream, and like I forgot her name in the film, but she's a retired actress, much like Gwyneth Paltrow in real life, and she's achieved her dream, and yet she's still used for her money by Marty Supreme, and that's fine, because you can have a bad protagonist, but like the women in this film can't put their dreams in themselves first, because they have to choose their children. For example, Marty's mother, Rachel, and they can't do that. And in real life, when women would chase their dreams, like Ben Affleck saying, oh well, sometimes you have to, even if for people you love, if you forget about them, it's all in pursuit of the dream, and it's like, if women did that, they'd be called selfish. Like, you just couldn't do that as a woman. So making this film and saying that, well, it's fine because he achieved the dream, and once he got that dream, he came back to a different dream of being a father. It was never a dream. It's just so a male perspective, and I couldn't, because it's a horrible perspective to achieve something, and once you achieve it, come back and act like you give a shit about the people who... You know, it could be about abandonment and chasing dreams and like the failure of dreams, and that could be a thing. But the way Safdie and Ben Affleck were talking about this film just did not reflect that. And like, for example, the treatment of women in this film, I just hate it. Like, Safdie was talking about that, how he writes a backstory for all of his characters in the film, and that's really integral for him. And so one of the backstories for Rachel is that her and Marty were at the cinema in 7th grade watching Godzilla, and he turns over to her as the movie begins or ends, I forgot what he said, and asked her, what's your dream? And Safdie said that she didn't even know she could have a dream. I just think it's so telling that the main
women
woman
don't
in
want
this
to do
film,
anything other than have kids for Timothee Chalamet.
and because she doesn't dream, she works at a dead-end job in a pet store and gets abused. Like, is that... I need a man to tell me I can... I didn't even know I could dream. I'm not saying that Josh Safdie's a misogynist piece of shit, but what I've heard for today upset me, and it like,
Yeah.
I was
This is also all news to me, by the way.
The more I learn about this film, like... Because of this Oscars prep, I've been learning, and today I did Hamnet prep as well, because we're going to record these episodes back to back.
Because we're busy.
The more I learn about Hamnet and Sinners and Frankenstein, the more I appreciate it. Like Guillermo del Toro's love for practical effects, and the different members of their crew's love for Mary Shelley, Chloe Zhao's relationship with Paul Mescal, and all these kids and everyone, and their connection to spirituality in this film, and the more I learned about Josh Safdie talking to fucking Ben Affleck in this DGA podcast, and also I watched the Dream Big making of Marty Supreme. I don't know if it was the trailer for it, because it was only like 8 minutes long, but I just thought it was actually fucking bullshit. And Timothée Chalamet was quoted as saying in this thing, in the making of, saying, Marty is an ambitious young man who wants to be called the greatest table tennis player in the world, but he's also a petty criminal on the Lower East Side of Manhattan. Like, because Timothée Chalamet, he's also a petty criminal on the Lower East Side of Manhattan, but Marty wants to be seen as the greatest table tennis player of all time. And that's what this movie is. This movie is Oscar bait for Timothée Chalamet. Josh Safdie wrote the part for Timothée Chalamet because he said, he said, I think this is who you are that I don't think anyone has ever seen yet. And Josh Safdie was right in that, because... the way he's acting now, and that's not a good
Someone's
thing.
got a bit too big for his boots. But like, what I don't understand is when he's talking about, obviously I agree with everything you just said, but also when he's like, oh, he achieved the dream, then came up, no, he didn't even achieve the dream, man. He didn't even play in the championships. It was all this build up to the championships, and he didn't even go. He just played with that guy in front of 2 people and the army or whatever, and it was just what? And all the build up went nowhere. He didn't even achieve the dream. And also, it's not even... I feel like you don't see... All you see is... I feel like the structure was all wrong, because, you didn't even see him, trying to... where did this ping pong thing come from? You know what I mean? Where did the orange balls go? What happened there? Why does he want to be the greatest of all time? There's no emotional journey or something, because something must have happened at some point for him to go crazy and turn into a horrible person and then be like, I must achieve this because then I'll be happy. But you don't get any context for any of it. He's just I have to do this, I have to do this. And it's I just feel it's all...
And you could even
what's the emotion behind it?
And the message be that, dreaming for, underprivileged... Josh Safdie talks about Marty's identity of being Jewish all the time. Even if the message that marginalised, poorer communities have to dream because that's how you live, and that's how you drive, and that's what Josh Safdie thinks that's what the story he thinks he's told. Because that's the story he thinks he's told. And I did not get that at all. And all the build-up to nothing could say... a film bro would say, oh, well, that's just his journey. He had all this build-up to nothing. But no, you can't have a movie build-up to nothing... Because then I felt emotionally like a fart.
Even if,
and then you have to play Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World at your end of movie to tell me my emotions that I should feel. No, I should feel the emotions through your performance and through your score and through your acting.
And through the writing.
And I didn't. And that's why you had to have the lyrics tell me what to feel when he was holding that child whom he had no relationship and said he'd be back with that woman whom he left in an abusive household, whom he left his dream for, and who he did not give 2 shits about.
Yeah. But it was annoying because I hated the way it was positioned, because whenever she was like, can you help me? He was like, fine, but I've got to go to the airport. She was always positioned as such a burden and such a pain, and she kept coming up at the wrong time and being with a black eye or whatever. And it's just please don't paint her that way. Come on.
But then
also, he's not a dreamer, he's just a horrible person.
Yeah.
He just uses everyone around him and it gets him fucking nowhere.
And then Ben Affleck had the nerve to be like, wow, this is a masterpiece. This shows how sometimes you even have to put the ones you love on the back burner for your dreams. No.
I'm sorry, but that character didn't love anybody.
Sometimes you do have to put the people you love on the back burner.
He doesn't love anyone.
But he doesn't love them. And in the end, he doesn't love them. And we never show him the love. The love in this movie is between him and Tyler, the creator, I'd say, is the main relationship in this movie.
Literally.
That friendship.
We literally can't even see the attachment he has to the sport that he wants. Like, we don't have it. It's not there.
Film, I said, I feel like I need to rewatch it, but not because I'm running back to the cinema like I am Sinners or Hamnet, because I feel like the discourse and the narrative is so disconnected that I don't remember what the source material is. The movie Josh Safdie is talking about in his DGA interview with Ben Affleck is not the movie I watched.
Yeah.
I feel so disjointed from this original source.
The whole thing feels really disjointed.
Because of this marketing, and Timothee Chalamet saying all this bullshit.
Yeah.
And then shit about him wanting to be the greatest actor of all time.
Which he said ages ago.
About him
He's come out with some new stuff.
About how...
He basically, like last week in an interview, he basically said that he's glad, like, that people are... Basically, he's glad he's in an industry where people are showing up for, like, Barbenheimer, but he's very glad he's not in an industry like opera and ballet, which no one cares about. Oh, I think I lost 14 cents by saying that. And it's kind of funny if you watch like the interviewer's face. I can't remember what the guy's called, but if you watch the interviewer's face, he's like, he knows that Timothée Chalamet is just like, because like the audacity to say that in a recorded interview for your for your Oscars campaign is crazy. And I think and like obviously everyone's talking about it, and I don't think it's been taken out of proportion at all, genuinely. I think it speaks to a whole bunch of issues. I think it comes from Timothée Chalamet obviously being very cut off in his little LA bubble, and I'm not sure how intelligent he is. Like, because I think if you had an understanding of like the art of acting, you'd know that all of the arts are really like linked, and you can't just say, oh, no one cares about opera and ballet when the technique from opera and ballet informs theatre, which informs film, which is what you do, my friend.
Well,
everything is so interlinked, and I think it speaks to a rise of like anti-intellectualism, actually. And it's very upsetting, and it's very pompous, and it's crazy him being like, oh, I would never do that. And it's like, well, no, mate, you can't do that because actually you haven't had years and years and years of opera and ballet training. You couldn't do it if you tried. Like,
have you seen the video of him that his PR team worked quick, and then he was on like some show saying, I know everything. My sister was in the ballet, my grandmother was in the theatre, my mother was in the ballet.
Literally.
Ballet. And it's like,
why did you say that then?
It's just
makes you look more stupid
in real time.
Why did you say it then? You said it because you think it, and you think it because you're stupid. Or not even that. You're like arrogant, and I could never imagine like dismissing like two of the most historic, culturally significant art forms like that. Like, it is a big deal. It is a big deal. And I think it's a big deal because it's people coming to the conclusion that actually, if you like look at all of like Timothée Chalamet's recent behavior, what you actually get is a guy who's way too big for his boots, who has lost. I've seen lots of people saying that he's lost like the E with the accent on it.
Yeah,
he's lost it. He's not Timothée Chalamet anymore, or Shalamala Bing Bong. He's become this really annoying guy who wants to be the greatest of all time. Literally like fucking Marty Supreme.
Like there's the public's, it's not to say that he's not like this small bean like, oh, he's no longer this funny guy who does these small indie films. Like, that's fine. I think he's just lost touch with the people who have, and the films
and the stories that have got him there.
For example, women directors like Greta Gerwig,
we love
like
Timothee
Luca
Chalamet's early
Guadagnino,
films. Like literally before
Bones
this year,
and all, and Call Me by Your Name, and these. Like, he is rich enough now, and his girlfriend's a billionaire, okay, where he can choose which projects he has, and if he wants to work with Josh Safdie on what seems like a personal film on, example, like, coming up as a younger Jewish person in the industry, like, that is completely fine, but the attitude he has towards it stinks of shit, and I'm glad he's not won a single award apart from a Golden Globe for, I think, comedy.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't think he'll win his Oscar, and I'm happy
so.
about it because Michael B. Jordan deserves that fucking Oscar. Like,
yeah, I think it's upsetting because like before this year, I really liked him as an actor. Like having Timothée Chalamet in a film almost guaranteed me to like go and see it because all the stories he were in were largely like queer and also like women's stories, which obviously we connect with. So it was like, with like Little Women, which is in my top 4, obviously working with like Saoirse Ronan every 5 seconds, Call Me by Your Name, all of it, like even The King, like I just loved his performances and they were so like vulnerable and really important like, stories and also largely untold stories as well, like very, very original. And now he's got the opportunity to choose. It feels like he's trying to distance himself from the films that got him to where he is, and like the massive 180 he's done, like, starring in like SD Kids like music videos and shaving off all his hair. It's like, what are you doing? And then coming out and saying that like ballet and opera is like a load of bullshit that no one cares about. It's like, who is this guy? Who is he? Yeah. Where did the old Timothée Chalamet go? It's like sad because I thought he stood for. I thought that he knew the importance of like telling more unknown stories, but instead we're getting another biopic about some white guy who shut everyone out and chased the dream. Really? So
basically, we need
to stop talking about this.
Josh Safdie was right in casting, saying this is who I think you are, but I don't think anyone's seen it yet. And Josh Safdie was
spot on.
Like,
yeah. Anyway. What category is Marty Supreme nominated for?
So Marty Supreme is nominated for, at the 2026 Oscars, people. Best Picture, Best Actor for Timothée Chalamet, Best Director for Josh Safdie, Best Original Screenplay, Best Costume Design, Best Production Design, Best Editing, Best Cinematography, and Best Casting.
I think production design, it stands a real chance.
I don't think it stands a chance for any.
I think it looked quite nice.
Yeah, but not how it doesn't look nice like Sinners look nice.
Yeah, but I doubt it's not going to win anything.
I think it could be the casting was good, but it's no match on Sinners. It's no match on Disney Buckley. The editing was good, but it's nothing on One Battle After Another.
Yeah, I know.
This film is Oscar bait, but in a tasteless and emotionless way where I'm not rooting for anyone. I'd be quite happy. I'd be quite happy if it walked away with 0 Oscars, in fact. And we're being quite selective on the episodes we're doing now for the Oscars.
Because you don't have enough time,
we just figured out we don't have enough time. And we wanted to talk about this because I just fucking hate it and I don't know why it's fucking nominated. And the more I research into it, the more I hate it, which is so strange. I think
I need to lower my Letterboxd score. I think I gave it like 3.5.
I need to rewatch it because I don't know what I watched anymore.
I don't know what I watched. Well, I just remember the looks on our face when we finished it, and we were like,
right.
That was 2 hours of Timothée Chalamet being a twat. I don't know. Right. Anyways, guys. So not rooting for Marty Supreme. We're not creaming the cream of Marty Supreme. We don't want to hear it.
And I think that there's elements about this film that are good. I'm not saying it's bad. Like
obviously it's not a load of rubbish. Like obviously there are good elements in it that we can always appreciate it when a film's got like lots of money and resources. But like the story, which is and the it's supposed to be the backbone, and it just wasn't. It just wasn't. It wasn't for us. We didn't enjoy it because I feel like it's a story that we've heard a million times, and yeah, I don't know. It's just not. It's not the one. I think in the year 2026 we can just be doing better. We just can be doing
Best
better.
Picture in the 80s.
Yeah, and also, yeah, we can just be doing better. And the thing is, as well, is that I've seen like people who are saying that this is Timothee Chalamet's best performance just haven't watched. You haven't watched a film.
Mate.
You haven't watched a film. Like, you can't tell me that after Call Me by Your Name, Little Women. I love you, Joe. I love you, Joe. You can't tell me that's his best.
Boy.
Yes. Oh my god, I forgot about that one.
Like, he is
he's a great actor, guys.
He has literally like barely 10 minutes of screen time in Interstellar, in one of his first performances in a blockbuster film, and it's literally more moving than 1 minute of Marty Supreme. Like, oh my god, just fuck off. We're gonna probably do a whole episode on Timothee Chalamet.
Yeah, we're gonna start doing actors because it's a whole thing, and we will be discussing it in detail.
It's kind of sad that he sucked up every essence of this film, and everyone's been like, "Oh, fuck you, Timothee Chalamet," blah. Because like Josh Safdie and Colin Anderson and you know, all the other crew members and even the cast members like Tyler the Creator. I think a lot of the cast is alive and breathing in this film, and you do feel it in the movie. He's very alive, and he's just kind of sucked up this film. And I'm not saying it's bad, but the writing's bad, and unfortunately it's written for him.
For an Oscar-nominated film, it's just not up to the standard that an Oscar-nominated film should be. I feel. And it doesn't even compare to like so many others that are nominated.
Literally,
for us, in our humble opinions.
No.
Yes.
Yes. But even on a critical level.
No.
Even on a critical level, like Sinners and Hamnet and One Battle After Another are 10.
Don't hit yourself in the face.
10 times. Like, if you analyse a scene from Sinners compared to a scene from Marty Supreme, it's like literally incomprehensible, the difference.
Yeah,
one of these films is generational and an actual masterpiece, Ben Affleck, and one of them is an Oscars bait jerk off of an emotionless fart I've ever seen in my life. And I'm sorry, and I'm going to have to lower my rating. This is
Ash who freaking paints with words, people. So let us know what you think, guys.
Let us know what you think.
Because we didn't really like it.
I'm interested in people's opinions, because it's a very
so interesting.
Complex film. Like,
yeah, it is.
Not film
Lots of
itself,
issues, though.
Film discourse around it.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you for watching,
we love
guys.
You all. Check out like the playlist here. We've got like so many of these videos that we're doing and they're building up for the Oscars. Whether you're watching this before the Oscars or after the Oscars, I wonder if it will win anything.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Fingers crossed.
We're sat. We're ready. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Bye, guys.
Love you. Bye.